Okay, so first thing we need to know is BIDMAS. So BIDMAS tells us the order of operations that we must do. So first we start with B, which is brackets. Then I for indices. So when you have your squares, your cubes, your to the power of 4s. Then division, then multiplication, then addition, and then subtraction. So sometimes you will see that division and multiplication, it doesn't really matter which order you do it, and the same thing goes for addition and subtraction. However, you should always do your brackets and indices first before you do your division, multiplication, addition, or subtraction. Another thing that is very important to know is to remember that when you are multiplying two positive numbers together, you are always going to get a positive. A positive and a negative number, you are always going to get a negative number. But when you multiply two negative numbers together, you get a positive number. Very important. So two positives make a positive, two negatives make a positive. A positive and a negative makes a negative when multiplying. Okay, let's look at these two questions here. So question 1, we have -2, -4, brackets, -5 to the power of 4. So using our BIDMAS, B stands for brackets, so we have to do the brackets first. So brackets is -5, and then indices up, we have an index here, which is 4. So we need to find out what -5 to the power of 4 is. Okay. -5 to the power of 4 is 625. So we've got -2 -4, 625. 625 times by -4, because we'll do multiplication next, is -2,500. And then we do -2 -2,500, which we get as -2,502. Okay, excellent. Question 2. Got 3.7 plus 8.16 times by 4.9. Okay, using our BIDMAS, we have to do multiplication before we do addition. So we do 8.16 times by 4.9. 8.16 times by 4.9 is 39.984. Then we need to do 39.984 add 3.7. Which we get an answer as 43.684. Okay, so let's look at this question here. Beth is choosing between two mobile phone deals. Okay. Determine which deal is better value. So deal 1, initial cost of £97 and £26.82 per month for 2 years. Okay, in 1 year is 12 months. So 2 years would be 24 months. Okay. So essentially what we're going to do here, we're going to do £97, add £26.82 times by 24. And using our BIDMAS, we're going to do the multiplication first before we add. So let's do that one first. So when we times these two together, we get an answer of £643.68. So now we just need to do 97 add 643.68, and we get an answer of £740.68. Okay, now let's look at deal 2. No initial costs, but you pay £20.35 per month for 3 years. Okay, so if a year is equal to 12 months, that means we need to do 12 months times by 3, which we get as 36. So 36 months. So now what we need to do is do £20.35 times by 36, which we get as an answer of £732.60. Okay. Now question says determine which deal is better. Okay. So if in 2 years we have to pay, Beth has to pay £740, whereas in 3 years, in deal 2, Beth pays £732.60. I think we can say that this one is better, that deal 2 is probably a better choice, because in more years she's actually paying less than what she would pay for 2 years. So I'll say deal 2.